And we welcome back in Sports Illustrated legal analyst Michael McCann. And Michael, what does this verdict now mean for OJ?
Well, Ray, it means that on October 1st, he's going to be released from prison. And at that point, he will be under the conditions of parole for a while. It remains to be seen exactly how long. But for years, he'll be under the conditions of parole where he'll be restricted in terms of who he can associate with, whether he can leave the state. He'll be subject to different types of drug, alcohol tests. But all of that said, it's way better off than being in prison. So his life is about to get a lot better beginning on October 1st.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting when those doors swing open. There are some limitations right now. We know he's asked to go to Florida. Is that what you think is next for O.J. Simpson?
Probably. He's going to have to get permission because under the law, he has to get written consent from his supervising officer to leave the state. And relocating to another state, he's going to have to show that he's going to be supported there, that he won't get into trouble, because it's really about the parole board's mind is on what conditions will make it likely that O.J. Simpson follows the law. So the state letting somebody leave the state means they have less control over the person. And with Simpson, he's going to have to show that if he goes to Florida, he'll be living perhaps with family members. He'll be able to enjoy his NFL pension. Florida law may protect his house in the event that the Goldman family continues to go after Simpson, and I'm sure they will, for any proceeds from the $33.5 million verdict back in the late 90s. So he's going to have to basically prove that the conditions that he's living in are going to make it so that he's not going to get in trouble.
All right, so we've detailed how we got there. Michael McCann, obviously, with a legal analysis of what happens next. Timmy, when you look at this whole O.J. Simpson saga, what's been the most bizarre part? And there are many to choose from.
Obviously, the chase, to me, was the most bizarre part. Just because I was a Knicks fan at the time, and they left the NBA Finals.
The Rockets!
Knicks and Rockets, they went bye-bye, and I was a young kid at that time, 10, 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember watching this car thinking, oh, man, sales for the Bronco are going to go down the tubes. And I was right about that.
Associated with the white Broncos.
I was right about that at the time. But in a way, if I'm O.J. Simpson, I would rather be in jail.
What?
Yes.
Tim.
Everywhere he goes, he's going to be looked at.
Yeah, but
he's going to be pointed at.
He's gone through that.
The rest of his life, it's going to be like, oh, there he is.
Tim, he gets $300,000 from an NFL pension that the Goldmans can't even touch. It's just his money when he walks out of prison on October 1st. How can that be worse than prison?
What's he going to do going forward?
I mean,
who's going to hire him?
It was a freak show when he was out after he was found not guilty, as we just chronicled. And then what was he doing? He was dressing up as Elvis, and he's in parties in Miami and doing things maybe he shouldn't be doing in Las Vegas. They got to put it back into jail. Now, his family, at least his oldest daughter, says, he's the rock of the family. I don't know what he's going to do.
Can I give him some advice?
Sure.
You go back down to Florida, OJ, because we know a lot of old people live there, and you marry an old lady. You marry the oldest, richest lady you could find, and you fade away into oblivion. You sit by a pool, you drink strawberry daiquiris, and you fade away.
Because these are all state-by-state laws. The rumor is the reason why he will live in Florida is for those reasons. It protects that money that he gets in the pension from the NFL.
Hey, yeah, it might be the money. It's not the money. I'm telling you right now.
$300,000.
That's where old people go. You go down to the villages there, STDs are at a crazy high rate. They're always highest among people in their 20s and people in their 70s.
What?
Because at that point,
they don't care.
Yeah, they just go, whatever.
He's 70 years old right now.
Yeah, that. You don't think OJ, he looks amazing. He would clean up. Go to the villages. It's a terrible part of Florida. It's right in the middle of Florida.
People his age know exactly what he did or was accused of doing. How do you associate with that guy?
No, that's why I know a buddy of mine that went out to play golf, and he had two other guys, so they only had three, and they said, would you like to pick up a fourth? And the fourth was OJ. And they played 18 holes with OJ, and they said it was awkward. What do you talk about?
Yeah, how's your life been? Different from yours.
Like everything he said, he felt like he was walking on eggshells for 4 hours on the golf course.
Hey, it's just jokes. I just said you might want to think about the 6-iron next time.